walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Movies That Matter with the Viking. And today, Snyder Cut Talk number 5. Now, I know it's been a while since I did one of these videos, and I'm sorry, but there's just so much going on, and we have a lot to catch up on today. What we talk about, we'll talk about all things regarding Zack Snyder, Zack Snyder's Justice League, any news that broke, images, things like that. But the last 4 weeks have been very successful for the movement, very positive and very, just very good. A lot of good stuff has happened. You know, like it started off about 4 weeks ago now, when we decided to get hashtag BVS 4 years trending, which of course was for Batman versus Superman. It's 4-year anniversary. I can't believe it's 4 years, but 4 years since Batman versus Superman came out. But we did Ohio Dave and your girl Meg did a watch party on Twitch with the Ultimate Edition, of course, and that was a big success, and we got it trending that day very successfully. But they said stay tuned while watching the film, and at the end there'll be a surprise. So right, we all tune in and we're all getting ready to enjoy Batman vs Superman for the 1 millionth time. But at the end, a video pops up, and who is it? Only Zack Snyder himself. Yes, and Zack says, "Why don't you all come back tomorrow and we'll do it again, and I'll do a director's commentary." And Zack, the next day, did a director's commentary of Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition, which is something that I've always wanted to see him do. Even if he did it for Man of Steel, things like that. He did one for Dawn of the Dead. I watched it last week, very good. So it's really good. I like director's cuts because you get the director's commentary, because you get to see how they came to the decisions they made in the film. And it was so informative. It was so good. You get to go in for 2.5 hours, 3 hours into the mind of Zack Snyder. Pretty interesting, and he breaks things down very well. Some stuff that you never realized before about the characters, or you never thought about. He tells you things and it opens it up completely. Like, for example, when he says Superman, when he's dying and he's screaming out when he gets speared by Doomsday, that wakes up. That's the power. He has the power to wake up the other mother boxes around maybe even the universe. So that was pretty cool. But it was successful, and we got BVS trending. And Zack was joking about Batman killing and stuff, all the haters about that. And he said at the end, you know, someone should make a sequel to all these characters, you know, referencing his Zack Snyder's Justice League that should be released. But then the next week, I come up with an idea myself. I thought it'd be good to show Ray Fisher some support, because on the 4th of April 2020 was the initial release date that Warner Brothers gave us for a Cyborg solo film all those years ago, when they released a big slate of all the films that were coming. And April 4th was one of those days for Cyborg. So I thought, look, on the Friday, let's show Ray Fisher some love. Let's get an event going. And I come up with the event, We Love Ray Fisher. Use that, and use the hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Use hashtag BoredLife. And I didn't even really want it to trend. That wasn't the goal. I just wanted to show Ray Fisher some love. I only came up with it the night before, and it took off like fire. The whole movement got around it, and it was a success. Hashtag release Snyder Cut trended for 16,000 tweets, while BoredLife trended for 15,000 tweets. So there's 31,000 tweets altogether regarding Zack Snyder's Justice League, and just showing love for the characters. And Ray, to show a thank you, he had a tweet and he thanked us all, and then he said that he'd do a Q&A on his Twitch for us fans, and we went on it, and it was absolutely brilliant. And we asked so many interesting questions about the Snyder Cut, just about Ray in general, everything that he has to do with his career. And he was so open, and he talked to us, and it was great. And he was showing our thanks, his thanks back to us for celebrating what should have been his solo film. I've said before that I really want a Cyborg solo film. I think it could be unique, a cross between Terminator and RoboCop, and a bit of Judge Dredd in there. It could be a very interesting film, you know. But Ray, he did say something about the trolls, and look, he said that don't feed the trolls. there is a Schneider Cut. It does exist. We all know it exists, and it's just the trolls are in denial. But don't feed the trolls. They said, let's just keep going. The positivity. There is a Zack Snyder's Justice League. So let's just keep going with that. So then another event was planned, and the event was hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that was to get Zack Snyder's Justice League trending. So it was a good idea. My boy Fran, he was involved with it. The goal of it was to get hashtag release Zack Snyder's Justice League trending, but for a reason was so it's hard to. When you see hashtag release the Snyder Cut trending, we all know what it means. But someone who's not that big into films or isn't big around what's going on with Zack Snyder's Justice League won't really know what that means unless they do some research on it. It's good to show Warner Brothers and stuff like that. Our aim is to release that cut. But so if we have Zack Snyder's Justice League trending, then people might know Zack Snyder from, he's the guy that directed Batman vs Superman. But everyone knows what Justice League is, okay? So then they click into it and they'll find out more information. And it was a big success. Over 60,000 tweets for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that's absolutely brilliant. Considering that we've got hashtag release the Snyder Cut, nearly 1 million tweets one time trending. It's good that we're able to shift between hashtags like Borg Life, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and get those things trending. BVS was trending as well. So it's good. And I think that was a huge success. And it shows people exactly what the hashtags mean, and that was very clear. But if you take into account, Zach always knows what's going on, and in the past 4 weeks he's posted pictures for Borg Life. He posted a picture we already seen of Cyborg, but that was pretty interesting. It was a bit lighter than the one we got before, lighter contrast. And then he also released a picture on Vero of his storyboards of we've seen storyboards before when Lois Lane and Martha Kent are talking, and then we know the Martian Manhunter is actually Martha Kent. But he released 2 pictures saying, I love these two, and it was of Lois Lane and Martha Kent, Diane Lane and Amy Adams, and in black and white. So he's teasing the whole time about Martian Manhunter, and he even was teasing about it in the Batman vs Superman director's commentary about there's Harry Lennox pretending to be a human again. Speaking of Harry Lennox, he was on a podcast, and he was asked about, did you know anything about did you know that you were supposed to be Martian Manhunter in Zack Snyder's universe and in Zack Snyder's Justice League? And he did it for Comic Book Central, and he said he never knew, but Zack always kept surprises from him. He was supposed to do scenes for Justice League that was cut out due to rewrites after Batman vs Superman, but Zack got to shoot that scene with Lois Lane and Diane Lane, the one I was just talking about. So he's going to put Martian Manhunter in that, and Harry Lennox. So but he's open to coming back to appear again in Justice League. He's a big fan of Zack. 2 of them are good friends, and he enjoys everything that he does. So Harry Lennox's character was removed from Justice League, but Zack always had in mind to go back and shoot the scene with him. So now Zack is talking about him being Martian Manhunter a lot more, releasing storyboards and stuff like that. We all know that Batman vs Superman, with the reception, Warner Brothers wanted a lighter tone. Justice League went through rewrites and stuff like that. It's still a Zack Snyder film, but it went through rewrites in certain aspects. I wonder if Zack gets to go back and do his additional scenes that he wants to do. He's going to add some stuff in from that previous script, the initial script that he wanted to do, him and Chris Terrio. So I think if he gets to go back for additional scenes, that's what's going to happen. We're going to get to see some more scenes that wasn't necessarily in the Snyder Cut, but is in his overall plan for the DCU and for Justice League. And that's very exciting. Definitely is. But he said he's open to come back and do reshoots. If there was to reshoots, he'd love to be Martian Manhunter. That would be pretty cool to interact with the Justice League and things like that. So definitely. And another thing as well is Connie Nielsen, of course, who plays Wonder Woman's mother in the DCU and the leader of the Amazonians. She said, it was so cool. I got to run up a wall and pivot in the air. As I pivoted on my way down, I speared one of the monsters. I literally did that for weeks to get that, and then they didn't put it in. They took it out, they put it in, they took it out. It's my great regret because I love stunts. I love being a badass in a film like that. And then sorry that the audience didn't get to see that part of the cool Amazon fighting techniques. So that's disappointing. And Connie Nielsen is disappointed also. Sounds like a big set piece scene there was cut from the film, and she was disappointed over that. I'm sure it's in Zack Snyder's cut. Definitely got to see a little bit of the Amazonians in the Whedon cut of the film, but not too much. Like, I really love the world that was built in Wonder Woman by Patty Jenkins, considering all those characters. We are going to get to see them again in Wonder Woman 84, which is pretty exciting. Patty Jenkins said, of course, in flashbacks, but that's disappointing to see. You know, it just really is. Like, how much of this film was cut? There's so much that we haven't seen from Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it's so disappointing to be a DC fan when you hear things like that. But also another important bit of positive news is a new Warner Media CEO just appointed to the job, Jason Kilar. Congratulations to get the job, Jason. A lot of people have been tagging him in posts on Twitter and saying congratulations, got the job. Now release your Snyder Cut. Hashtag release your Snyder Cut. And what's he been doing with those tweets? Nothing, just been liking them. Just been sending a little heart to those tweets. You know, yeah, so we got some tweets here. You know, Warner Media announces Jason Kilar as a new CEO. That was on April 1st. And etc, etc, etc. Fans, of course, saying hashtag release Snyder Cut underrated. And then at Affleck_Bruce said, hey, Jason Kilar, congratulations. Now, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. And he liked that post. And then John Garza, a big congratulations to Jason Kilar on the new Warner Media promotion. I think he knows what he's doing. So Jason Kilar liking tweets there and stuff. So hopefully that's all positive stuff. I know people are writing it off, saying oh, you're just liking tweets. Maybe he's friends with those people. Man, he's there and he's in a really high profile job. You think he's going to sit on Twitter liking some controversial tweets by people for just the sake, just the fun, because he knows them? Nah, man. This is all positive news there straight away that Jason Kilar, and hopefully they see the potential in the Snyder Cut. They can see how much money is right there forward, either on HBO Max or if they make deals. I know HBO Max won't be worldwide. I don't think it will, because HBO have certain deals, especially here. They have deals with Sky, it's a thing called here, and in other countries they do different things. They put their shows on different platforms so it can get known, you know. But also Michael Shannon had some to say about Zack Snyder, as he always does, always positive. Michael Shannon, he's a bit disappointed on how Zack Snyder's and the DCU went down. You know, he had to say, I love working with Zack Snyder. I think it's very sad. He's been through a lot of hardship recently. I don't know what happened with the whole DC thing. I think it's a shame. I mean, his vision for Man of Steel I thought was incredible. I don't know how all that went off the rails, but I think it's a shame. And exactly, Michael. You know, the two of them worked together on Man of Steel, and he played General Zod, one of the best comic book villains of all time. And he always has good things to say about Zack Snyder. Two of them are very good friends. But look, I remember in an interview with Cinema Blend on the podcast, he goes that the only way for the film to end was Superman to kill Zod. That's the only way it could have ended. And he's a big fan of the way Zack set everything up. You know, he loved working with Zack, and his vision for Man of Steel I thought was incredible. Definitely. You know, Man of Steel is there as well. We're all big fans of Man of Steel, an absolute masterpiece of a film. The reason I'm in love with the character of Superman. Brilliant. I'd love to see Zack come back and do a Man of Steel 2. But if not, I'll take the Snyder Cut. Definitely. But I think the Snyder Cut will open up a lot of doors. And Michael Shannon, he's a big profile actor. He's worked with some of the best directors, producers, writers in the world of the film industry. So like, he knows what he's talking about, and I take his opinion very highly. You know, like, he's one of my favorite actors as well, and he has to say about Zack Snyder, I take it on board and I believe it. You know, so I just think that's what's going to happen there anyway. But also a former Lex Luthor, yeah, not Jesse Eisenberg. Well, Jesse Eisenberg had stuff to say as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. Michael Rosenbaum, of course, who was Lex Luthor in the show Smallville. Our good friend Chris Wan had a tweet. He put up the video of, it's on this page as well, on this channel, of the kind of trailer that man Fram was involved with. Kind of shows you the history of hashtag Release the Snyder Cut, how it came to be, and it shows you what Whedon changed and cut from the film, and what of Zack's scenes was not in the film, and the support and the money that we've raised and for charity along the way. So it's a really good video. It's on Chris Wan's page. It's on my channel here, so go have a look. But Chris Wan shared it, and he then Michael Rosenbaum tweets. He goes, "Well, with all this freaking hype, it better be night and day better. Period. I didn't see the first one. I'm just saying. In fact, I haven't seen a movie with Batman since Bale. I did like Dawn of the Dead and 300. So he didn't see Batman vs Superman. I don't know if he's seen Man of Steel, but he obviously seen Justice League, because he said it better be night and day better. So he obviously didn't like Justice League. But that's very good. Chris sharing that video. And Michael Rosenbaum, big following on Twitter. He's a big kind of profile actor, so it's good that he's in sharing and he's engaging his view on it with people and getting the word out there, because every little helps. You know, even these people who have these clickbait articles about the Snyder Cut are talking negatively about it, say they don't like Zack Snyder, they don't like his films, but they talk enough about it, talk more about Zack Snyder than people who actually love Zack Snyder do. But that's good there. You know, Michael, he's in Smallville. Smallville's an okay show. But no, it's good. It's good to see stuff like that. Also, Jesse Eisenberg, as I said, had stuff to say about it. He was asked about. He doesn't know if there's a Snyder Cut. He doesn't watch his own films, you know. So, but he did say this about Zack. He goes, "I love his style and aesthetic. If there's a movie he wanted to see released, I'm sure it would be great." You know, so he's a big fan. People were saying, running clickbait articles with that, saying, "Oh, he doesn't like Zack Snyder, he doesn't support the Zack Snyder's Justice League." That's not what he's saying at all. He doesn't know if there's a Snyder Cut. He just knows what he shoots with Zack, and he doesn't watch his own film. So how would he know? How would he know? He's never even seen Batman vs Superman. So how would he know how great he is in that film? He's pretty great. But in Justice League, of course, we all seen the post-credit scene with Deathstroke, and he's on the ship, and they said we should have a league of our own. But I remember I put up there's a video on this channel also. He did an interview at the start of the year, or before Christmas, whenever Zombieland came out, before Christmas was it? And he was asked about Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he said, "Well, I don't know if there is a Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I'm pretty sure I've shot other scenes that weren't in that movie. So yeah, I'd love to see it, because there's more scenes of him in it." So there you go. Jesse wants to see it as well. The interviewer tried to be a little bit smart on him and stuff, saying, "Oh, there's a cult, or there's a movement out there that believes in this conspiracy theory." But then Jesse wrote it off straight away, and he says, "Well, if there's a cut out there, and sure, why not release it?" You know, so that's his opinion, and I guess that's everyone's opinion on it. And even Ben Affleck, of course, when he was promoting The Way Back, he was saying it should be available. It's like a horse with, or two different horses, or different horse's body and a horse's head, or whatever he said, whatever phrase he used, these, but it didn't work. You know, we all know that Ben Affleck didn't enjoy his experience on the reshoots of Justice League, and he says Zack Snyder's Justice League cut should be available for people to see, and he's right. Like, what's the problem? HBO Max is launching now, 27th of May, and today they've shown everything that's coming out in it. You know, South Park, Friends, different other movies they had, Wonder Woman, things like that. They're promoting all those stuff right now. I don't know how well HBO Max is going to go. It's going to be in America at the minute, but they've got tough competition with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus. Of course, is going big at the minute, and they've just gone worldwide, and that's got over 50 million subscribers. Is that just in America or worldwide? I'm not too sure, but Netflix is one of the biggest mega platforms in the world, and that's doing pretty well for itself. So will HBO Max be a success? I don't know what their plan with international markets is, because I know that Doom Patrol was on, they did a partnership, was on Hulu or something as well. They also have Teen Titans on Netflix, especially here in the UK and Ireland, and I'm sure most of Europe as well. And they've done different things like that. You know, Wonder Woman is available on Netflix right now as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I don't know if they're going to do a worldwide HBO launch, because not everyone knows what HBO Max is, especially in Europe and stuff like that. Here they do deals with the television stations, and then they promote they have like Game of Thrones, and all the HBO shows are on a certain channel, but the channel here isn't called HBO, it's called Sky Atlantic, and all those shows go on that. So it's going to be interesting. But at the minute, hashtag release the Snyder Cut and hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League is trending above HBO Max's launch day of all their material. So, that's not too good for HBO Max. I don't know what they were doing today, launching it the day that we already had an event planned. All in all, the Snyder Cut is gaining absolute momentum. Over the last 4 weeks, it's been absolutely brilliant. BVS hashtag has trended. Hashtag Bored Life has trended. Hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League. Hashtag Release the Snyder Cut. Today, hashtag Release the Snyder Cut and Zack Snyder's Justice League are trending above HBO Max's platform launch of what's coming up on their platform on the 27th of May. It's trending more than that. People like Harry Lennox, people like Jesse Eisenberg, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder, Clay Ennis, Larry Fawn, Jay Olivia, they're all showing support for Zack Snyder and for the film to be released. That's what everyone wants. HBO Max or with Warner Brothers Pictures, it doesn't matter, we just want to see it. But HBO Max and Warner Brothers are completely different divisions, different executives, different producers, all that stuff. So come on, Warner Media, get on this, get the Snyder Cut out, get it released. Look at all the evidence there that it does exist. We know what exists. You know what exists. I'm too excited, but get it out there. Get it out there. There's a fan base, a passionate fan base that's raised money for charity, that's done so much good things. Let's get something special here and put it out for the fans. Give back to the fans for 2017. The false marketing, the lies, the betrayal of Zack Snyder, the betrayal of the core fan base, which supported Batman vs Superman, which supported Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad. None of them failed at the box office until you changed everything that came out with Justice League. So come on, let's do the right thing. This was episode 5 of Snyder Cut Talk. We got through a lot of stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep tweeting, keep hashtagging, keep supporting, keep being positive. Because that's the only way we get to see these guys and that guy and all those other guys back. And we'll support it when it comes out. Warner Brothers, HBO Max, Warner Media, Ronald McDonald, whoever's involved. We'll support it. Because we're passionate fans. And we love Zack Snyder's films. See you next time, guys. Tweet!